So welcome back. We are continuing our HTML series with part 5, and in this video we're going to solve a problem that we discussed at the end of the last video, and that's most websites have lots of pages. So yes, we were working on a web page, and how can we handle having a lot of similar tags that should be formatted the same in just one page, but what if there's a whole bunch of pages? So the internal style sheet that we did in the last video is great for that single page with a lot of things that should be styled the same. But on this larger scale, with something that has dozens or hundreds of pages, each with tags that should be formatted the same, what can we use? And that's where this video is going to lead into. We're going to just not open up a previous fill for this. For this video, we're going to start with a completely new web page. So we're going to get some practice on creating the things we've already learned while we're also learning some new things as well. But external style sheet, that's the way that we're going to solve this problem. So let's go ahead, open up a new fiddle. If you've not done so already, make sure you're logged in. And we're going to start off with some stuff that we already know, like putting in the doc type as HTML and setting up our HTML tags. All right, inside those HTML tags, we do have the head section, and we also have the body section. All right, that's our common starting point there. We're going to go ahead and take out this head section first, and we're going to give our page a title. And let's title it External CSS Style Sheet. And speaking of a title, we should probably title the name of our fiddle here. So that's going to be HTML Part 5. All right, back in the head section, we're going to have some metadata here. Let's go ahead and put in the author. And the author should be your name. So go ahead and put your name there. And let's put in some keywords. And for the keywords, let's add in HTML, CSS, and tags. One last bit of metadata. Let's put in a description. And for the description, let's put small page to learn about CSS and external style sheets. All right, so what I'd like for you to do while we're working through this video is I want you to see how much of this that you actually remember. Can you do any of this on your own? Are you waiting to see what is typed on the screen? As we continue on, what I want you to do is, in certain cases, pause the video, see if you can do the next step on your own before we continue. So we're not going to do that just yet, but when we get to the body section, I'll let you know when. I want to see if you could pause the video and actually do some of this on your own. But there is something that we're going to, let's go ahead. Let's go down to the body section, and let's start off with some stuff that you already know here. So let's start by putting in a H1 tag. So we're going to put in a heading, an H1 tag that says hello CSS with an exclamation point there. So go ahead and put in your H1 tag. And after that, go ahead and put in the tag for a horizontal rule. Now you could just have this video playing in the background right now while you're working so you could hear it and not even see what I'm typing. But put in a tag for a horizontal rule. And now we want to put in an anchor tag for a web link. So we want a hypertext link to link to another page, putting in an anchor tag. And we do want that anchor tag to have the text, the visible text of home. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, you didn't say where this link is going to go. That's true, I left that part out. So we're putting in an anchor tag. We didn't quite put in the whole bit of information that we need because we didn't link it to anywhere specifically yet. And then go ahead and close off that anchor tag. And then just insert a space, a hyphen or minus sign, and then another space. And then we're going to put in another anchor tag. Again, I'm not going to tell you where just yet this should be going, but the text for the anchor tag, the visible text, should be information. Then we're going to close off that anchor tag. And then after that one, once more, we're going to hit a space, a hyphen, and then a space, and put in one last anchor tag. And this last anchor tag should have the visible text, contact us. And then go ahead and close off that anchor tag as well. So you can go ahead and look if you've not looked yet, just to make sure we're working on the same page here. But I've got these empty references, right? I've got these empty references. I didn't specify where these links should go, but we're going to come back to that. Go ahead and put in another horizontal rule after that, and then a line break. How do we put in a line break? What's that tag? All right, so at this point, we've got our heading at the top. We've got horizontal rule. We've got a few links. This could be like our navigation section of the website, and a lot of websites would have like a home page or information or a contact us page. And we've got another rule and a break. Now we're going to have some content on our website, and these are going to be 3 paragraph tags in a row. So we're going to be putting 3 separate paragraphs. So again, see if you can do this just by listening without watching, and you can even pause after I give the instructions before you start typing. But go ahead and put in a paragraph that just says this is a paragraph to apply CSS. So paragraph tag, this is a paragraph to apply CSS. We're going to have another paragraph that this is another paragraph for CSS. So another paragraph, the text is, this is another paragraph for CSS. Then one last paragraph, and this one's going to say this is a third paragraph for CSS. Yes, very creative. All right, if you have not been watching yet, you can go ahead and look here to see what I've got. Now notice I've got paragraph tags with the paragraph in between them, all on one line. And before, we have had the content of the paragraph tags on separate lines. Both are going to work. And when I hit the tidy button here, you're going to notice that it's happy with both. See, it's got this one indented. Then this one's fine too. Either way is okay. This is a personal preference. What I would encourage you to do is pick the way that you like and continue doing it that way the whole time. Otherwise, it starts to look a bit messy. So pick one way or the other and then just stick with it. All right, so we're getting pretty close. Let's put one more line break at the end after this paragraph tag closes. And now for something new. Okay, so these are all tags that we've done before. Now I'm going to introduce another tag called the div tag. And that is just a div, and it is a tag that needs to be closed. So we do have a closing tag for it. Well, this is a way that you can just divide certain sections of your website to apply different styles to. So really it's just a container tag, and by itself it doesn't do anything. But you can then apply things specifically to just that container, so that way you can format content and group content together to do things with. Now, if you're going to be using multiple div tags, really we need a way to identify them, and that's where we have the class. So I'm putting that right inside the div tag, and with class we can actually specify a name for a class or a classification of these divisions in our website, so that way we can apply things to a specific class. Now you can have a whole bunch of div tags with the same class name, or you can have a whole bunch of div tags and each have a different class name and apply styles to them differently. So you can have more than one of the same class, or you can have more than one thing all with different classes. That's fine. Let's go ahead and name our class web list. So now we could apply things with our CSS specifically to the class WebList, and it will only impact things inside this specific div tag. Now if we make another div tag and we use the WebList, we can do that as well. So inside this WebList, we're going to go ahead and put in an h4 tag with favorite subjects. And again, feel free when we're doing something that we've already covered, go ahead and pause the video, see if you can put it in on your own, or just listen where you can't see the video, see if you can put that in. And after the favorite subjects, we're going to put in an ordered list with 3 list items. So we're going to put an ordered list, and the list items should be your 3 favorite subjects. I'll go ahead and say, I don't know what the correct answer is for this, so you're not getting it wrong. Just give me 3 subjects and then we'll be okay. So we want an ordered list with 3 subjects in there. Notice I'm giving you some time to type as I am, and not saying what I'm typing, although yes, I know you could be looking. Once you get your 3 items in there, go ahead and look back at the code I've got typed in. See if the tags are correct. Now your items, your list items, can be whatever subjects you prefer, but see if the tags are correct, that you've got that working. Okay, for this part, I do want to just show one thing that we could do with the div tag really quickly. We could put styles directly in this div tag. So you don't have to type this. I'm going to delete it right back out, so don't feel the need to type it. But we could actually go ahead and style a div tag right here in line. So I could put like background color right here, and I can make that blue. I could put in the color of the font and make that white. I can make style changes right here in line. Hey, we have not even run this yet. Go ahead, let's click run. So I can take care of that. All right, background color. Oh, that's not correct. Let me change that. Okay, so on mine, I can see that I've applied those styles directly to just that div tag that I have there. But like I said, we're not keeping that in there because we're going to be doing some external styling. But just wanted to show you that with the div tag, we could actually apply those styles right there. If we've not hit saved yet, I don't think we've hit save. Go ahead and hit the save button. We want to make sure we're not losing work here. And you should see something very similar to what I have on the screen. We've got some links up here. Now, they interact and look like links. However, if I click on them, they're not going to go anywhere. And then we've got our paragraphs and we've got our subjects. All right. Well, that's all we need to get done for this video. And once we start the next video, we're going to see how we can impact this with some external styles.